Yo, what's good? Hold on, let me turn my TV down in case y'all can hear that. But yeah, I'm talking about Xdefiant right now. I've been spending my time thinking about like all of the operators plus factions and how everybody matches up against each other. Like minus minus your gun skill, just minus your gun skill, just straight up just put in straight up abilities, ultras, and passive traits against the other factions. So starting off with cleaners, their ultra is the purifier, which is basically just a flamethrower. They have an ability called incinerator drone, which is a drone that burns things in its flight path and then exploding at the end of that flight path. And then it's another one called firebomb they have, and it's like it instantly ignites the area with fire and explosive damage. It just like as soon as it's activated, it just blows up the area around the around the cleaner. And then their passive trait is that they have incendiary rounds, which is ammo that inflicts extra burn damage over time, but at the cost of your weapon's range. Cleaners are very good. I like how the cleaner plays, especially the flamethrower. The flamethrower is really fun to use. The and the incinerator drone, that is also very fun to use. Overall, I'll probably rate the cleaners like all this is based on my opinion, by the way. I'm not basing anything off of like super hard facts or any data mine thing. I'm just basing it off my experience and my opinions on how each character. I mean, I am kind of gonna be using facts, but not really. If you're not, I don't know. But yeah, I'll probably rate the cleaners a B. Yeah, I'll probably rate them a B, or like a 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10 type joint. Um, and as for the counters, how I'm gonna be doing counters, I'm gonna rate it from A, B, C, and F. A is a direct counter, this faction is a direct counter to the other faction. Like you use this faction to completely negate the other faction. That's an A. A B is it's a great counter, but it's not a direct counter. It's not a complete negate, like a negation of another faction. C is not like it's not great, but you can kind of make it work. And F is it just like it doesn't counter it at all. And one of his counters, I have Libertad. I put it F. It could be a F or a C in my opinion with Libertad because because of the cleaners. One because of the cleaners in like abilities, just their straight activated abilities. The cleaners have the incinerator drone and the firebomb. I haven't gotten an opportunity to see if the firebomb and the incinerator drone, like I don't know how much like actual damage they do because every time I used it, like they instantly die. Like from 100 to 0 health, they instantly die. I think I've killed what was the other one with the phantoms? I think I've one shot at phantoms with it too, and they have 120 health. So I don't know exactly health, how much damage it does, because a Libertad can have up to 200 plus health. Wait, or is it just two? I think it's just 200 health. I don't know if it does. If the cleaners, incinerator drone, and firebomb one shots a Libertad with 200 health, then shit, it might be a B or a A because yeah. just based off his abilities alone. And then when you get to the passive, it's kind of iffy because the Libertad can they heal over time, and especially if they use one of their abilities called the I'm trying to think of the name. It's like El Remedio or something like that. They can put down a gas canister that can continuously heal them. So I don't know how much that negates the cleaner's incendiary rounds. I don't know if it completely renders the incendiary rounds like completely useless or what. I don't know. That's why I also have the question marks there. I didn't know how their healing works versus the drones and the firebomb or the incendiary. I don't know how none of that's gonna. I don't know how it works with the damage or the overtime damage against Libertad. But if it does one shot, then Libertad does fucking nothing to cleaners nearly whatsoever, bro. They just get insta farmed. Like they can't even get past the ability. Like you can pick any of the cleaners abilities. You can pick the incendiary drone or the firebomb. It don't matter. You're getting fucking one shotted. If that's the case, then nah, it's a F. It's a F for Libertad. Moving on to the Phantoms. I also have question marks there too because I don't know how the flamethrower and the drone is gonna work against the shields. Cause Phantoms have a mag barrier and a blitz shield. I don't know if you can use the mag barrier to block the incinerator drone. I don't know if you can do that. I haven't tried to or seen it happen yet. This early into the game's life, I absolutely have no fucking clue. But if it does, it would be a pretty good counter to cleaners, because you can choose either one of the Phantom's abilities, the Mag Barrier or the Blitz Shield, to just block the Incendiary drone. And you can also use the Phantom's Ultra to oh yeah, that's also another reason why I had the question marks, because you can either because I don't know if the shield blocks the firebomb or not. I also don't know if the mag barrier. I think I said this already. I'm tweaking. I don't know if the mag barrier and the blitz shield blocks the flamethrower or not. So that's gonna depend on if it's a complete direct like a direct counter to cleaners or just a good option, a great option for cleaners. So I have it at B or A. It can either be either or. Moving on to Echelon. Echelon is just it's just I feel like it's just a support faction. Like all they do is fucking disappear, stay off the mini map, and reveal enemies. And revealing enemies, that's gonna be a good counter to any of the other factions. But I don't know if it's gonna be enough to like either render a cleaner useless or at least be a nuisance to cleaners. I can kinda see it with both the invisibility and the sonar goggles, because the sonar goggles you can make anybody show up on the map, or you can just go invisible and try to get behind the cleaners. But I don't know, bro. I'm having a hard time believing Echelon can be a counter in any way to a cleaner. So, in my opinion, I put F. Moving on to DedSec. I have question marks on DedSec as well when it comes to countering the cleaners. Because, what? I'm trying to think, why did I do that? Why did I put the question marks there? I don't think there's a question mark to be had. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. But DedSec would be probably like the second best or the best counter to a cleaner or literally any of the other factions, because they can completely shut down enemies' abilities, and with their ultra they can shut down any of the other factions' ultras as well. which is kind of insane. Kind of insane with this being like a hero shooter ability driven FPS game. They also have the spider bot, which jumps on any enemy like near it, and it stuns them. So DedSec is pretty strong. I would probably say against cleaners as well. Oh yeah, that's why I had the question mark. Okay, so they passive trait is after a device is deployed, the fabricator prints a new one. I kind of don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like if it doubles your equipment, like if you use a mine, your passive trait makes it two mines instead of having one mine, or if the cleaners shoot out their incendiary drone, they can also shoot out an incendiary. I don't know, bro. I don't know what that means, bro. I don't know what the fabricator thing means. But from surface level, I'm thinking it's a B or C. Moving on to the cleaners. Cleaners versus a cleaner. I mean, yeah, it's not. I don't see it being like a direct counter or anything too great, but I mean, yeah, you can kind of counter a cleaner with a cleaner. I mean, you can kind of mirror match it, but I feel like that'll just end up falling down to IQ and gun skill, which I'm not really taking too much in account. I'm just going straight off like the straight up abilities in ultra and passive. And I'm just comparing them to one another. I'm not taking account into anybody's gun skill or anybody's IQ using the character. So I'll put that as just a C. Um, moving on to Phantoms. Their Phantoms. Um, I kinda like Phantoms. I would have maybe a couple years ago I would have really liked Phantoms because my playstyle in any FPS was kind of slow, and I feel like this is a really good faction for those type of players that like to slow down, maybe sit back with an AR, sit back with an LMG, sit back with a even a sniper rifle or what's it called? A sniper rifle or not a battle rifle, but a marksman rifle. The Phantoms are really good for that with any like mid to long range weapon. They can also be kind of good up close too with the blitz shield. You can just use the shield, get up close, and then use like a SMG, or you can get up close with their ultra, which is like a plasma shield with a point blank electro scatter gun. Electro, yeah, electro scatter gun it says, and you like one shot people within the range of the scatter gun. Um, I would probably rate it. I think it's decently versatile. So I would like to rate it either a C plus or like a B minus. So like uh a 6.5 to a 7.5 in that range, somewhere in there. Maybe even an 8. I don't know. Maybe an 8 because you also get, oh yeah, with their passive you also get 20 extra health. So maybe an 8. I can see like a 7 to an 8. Yeah. But yeah, that's Phantoms. Of what I think about Phantoms. I done already talked about their Ultra with the point blank scatter gun. They have a ability called Mag Barrier, which is just a barrier that you can shoot out of a little gun that blocks bullets and grenades. They also have a Blitz Shield. It lets you equip a tactical shield that you can melee with. Um, their passive, it increases their health by 20 points, which is basically a good 1 to 3 extra bullets, depending on the gun and the effective damage range. Um, yeah, we can go ahead and move on to counters. Counters. I have the cleaners up first. I have question marks with the with with them as well. Same reason as I had when I was talking about them when I was on the cleaner part of the video. I just don't know how the flamethrower works against the mag barrier or the blitz shield. I don't know. Yeah, or their little sphere or their little sphere shield. I don't know how their abilities works against that stuff. But if if it does block it, then it can easily jump from a where the cleaners abilities don't get blocked by the phantom shields, or it can drop down to like a C or even a F if the shields block all the fire and shit. So that's what I think about the cleaners as a counter. Now we can go to talking about the Libertad. This is basically just support versus support. Um, I have it as F, but I can definitely see a case to where it's like to where it's like maybe a C, maybe a B, cause you can maybe get inside. You can walk inside of that shield, which I don't fucking recommend at all, because those scattergun shit kills in one shot. But also, I don't know how much damage the scattergun does. Because a Libertad could have 200 health and just not die at one shot. And if that's the case, if a Libertad don't die in one shot by the scattergun, then Libertad could easily use a SMG, get inside of that bubble, and just kill the Phantom. And it can easily go from an F to like a C or a B. But since I don't know that, I'm thinking F. Moving on to Echelon with the disappearing and the intel type character. I have it as C or F. I think the reason I chose C as a counter to Phantoms is because of the sonar goggles. Because of the sonar goggles and the intel suitability that the echelons have. Um, that's literally the only reason it could be a C. Other than that, it'll be a F, in my opinion. And then you have DedSec. I mean, it's fucking DedSec, bro. Like, bro, they can completely shut down what Phantoms are used for, and that's not even just Phantoms. That's literally all of the other factions. They can just completely shut off the abilities of other factions. Um, and then you have the Fabricator thing, which I just don't understand if they can like copy enemies' fucking deployed equipment, or do you copy your own deployed equipment? I don't know. I don't know really how that works. Also, they have the spider bot. I think the spider bot would jump through the shield, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think the shields would block the spider bot. I think the blitz shield might block the spider bot, but I don't think the mag shield or the ultimate shield does, or the bubble shield does. I don't think so. So that's why I gave Dead Set B. And then Phantoms versus Phantoms. I mean, yeah, but no. Like, you both just have shields. Like, you'll both be pretty valuable to your teams. Like, it's just support versus support. Um, moving on to Libertad. Uh, I like Libertad. That's what I'm maining right now. I like the versatility of Libertad because you can either be more objective based and play with your team by using their El Remedio, or however you say that, El Remedio ability to help you. Good night, Grandma. Love you too. Yeah, you can use the El Remedio ability to help your team out. Just stay beside you. Uh, just stay close to your teammates and help them heal, keep them alive. Or you can use the Bio Vita boost and just fucking go rogue use your cover, and use it and be more of like a Blackout 4 type of player where you can chow, get behind cover, Bio Vita reboost. Except it's a time limit on it, and you can't just chow, dip out, stem, chow, dip out, stem. It has a fucking it has a delay on it, so you can't go too rogue, but you can kind of go rogue with the Bio Vita boost. Um, I really like Libertad. Libertad. Oh yeah, did I rate the other one? I don't even think I rated the Phantoms. Phantoms, I'ma rate them. I'ma rate Phantoms. I think I did rate them. Didn't I rate them like a C or a B or something like that? I think so, something like that. And I give them like a 7 to 8 or something like that. But Libertad, I think I'm gonna give like a 8 to a 8.5, somewhere in there. So like a B or a B plus. But getting into what their abilities in Ultra are, their Ultra is Medico Supremo. It deploys a medical backpack and it gives you a large amount of health increase, which is 100 points. It gives you 100 extra health, and it keeps you healing within the circle that expands from her after you pop the ultimate. Um, and then she has two abilities: Bio Vita Boost, which just boosts the speed of your regen, and it takes you back to your base health is 100 health, and it heals. It also heals nearby teammates. She also have El Remedio, which I already went over. She throws down a gas canister that heals you and teammates until destroyed, canceled, or it just goes away. Her passive trait constantly heals you, and teammates near you. It does that at all times as a passive trait. Yeah. Moving on to counters, we have the cleaners. Same reason I already explained. I don't know how the incendiary rounds um I don't know how that affects her passive with her always healing and her ability to um her healing ability with the gas canister. I don't know how that I don't know if it negates each other or what. I don't know. Um but other than that, I would still probably give the cleaners a B because they can probably one shot them even with 200 health. I don't know. I don't know how much fucking damage the cleaners abilities do. Like I don't know the actual hard number. Yeah, I just don't know the hard number. Moving on to Phantoms, I gave Phantoms a C because again, this is just support versus support. Um, and the only reason I don't give them a B is because how good Libertad is at healing, and you probably don't want to get close to her because you get close to her, somebody with a SMG or even an AR with all that extra health. But at the same time, Phantoms also have extra health. They just don't have two fucking 100 health like Libertad. So yeah, I gave Libertad the edge on that one, and so I'm giving Phantoms a C on their counter grade. Um, moving on to Echelon. I gave Echelon. They could either be a C or B against them because they can use their ability to go invisible to get behind Libertads, like over aggressive Libertads. You can get behind them. Maybe they just don't see you when you go invisible, or you can always keep up with where a Libertad is if she's like overextended, or you lose a Libertad, you can spot her through walls. Um, yeah, it can either be a C or a B. Yeah. DeadSec can literally, I mean, DeadSec's DeadSec, bro. So I gave it A or B. And then Libertad versus Libertad, yes, but no. Gave it a C. Moving on to Echelon. Wait, how long is moving on to Echelon? I'm gonna try to start like running through these because I'm pretty sure this video is like stupid long. Um, Echelon, they have their ultras, sonar goggles, they reveal enemy through walls, and on the minimap, while you gain the use of Sandfish's 5.7 pistol, which is a one-shot pistol. Um, They also have the ability of the ghillie suit, which enable the player to become semi-invisible, and it makes that the invisibleness, if that's the word, it makes it worse if you're moving or aiming in. They also have an intel suit, which shows enemy players to wall in on the minimap. Their passive trait is low profile. This keeps anybody using the echelon faction off the minimap, no matter what they do. They shoot their gun, they're not on the minimap. Like they do anything, they're just not on the minimap. The counters, I gave cleaners a B because it's cleaners. Duh. I gave phantoms a C because I mean support versus support. I gave it a C. Libertad, it can be a C or a B because Libertad's ability to heal, the versatility Libertads have with being able to be aggressive or play really team oriented. Um, yeah. DedSec, DedSec is fucking DedSec. Gave it a B or a A. Echelon, I gave it a B. Moving on to DedSec. The Ultra, they have Ultra called Lockout. It prevents enemy from using their ability in Ultra and an area effect where AoE. Um, their ability, their abilities, they have Hijack, Hack enemy, deploy abilities to make them yours. And they have a Spider Bot, deploy a Spider Robot that will target and stun the nearest foe by jumping on enemy's face. They have their passive trait, Fabricator. After a device is deployed through Fabricator. Oh, why did I just word that like that? After a device is deployed, Fabricator will print a new one. I don't know what the fuck that means. I just don't know what the fuck that means. Going over the counters, cleaners, I gave a C, or it could be a C or a F because of the hijack ability. Um, as well as their passive. I don't know. I don't know about their passive. So I gave it a C or a F. Phantoms, C or a F. It's really not too much you can do against a fucking player that can completely cancel out the ability of other factions. As well if their passive and maybe probably can duplicate um like deployed devices and shit. I don't know. Going on to Libertad. I don't know why I got that there. Oh yeah, because of the fabricator. That's why I got the question marks there. I give that a C. Echelon, CRF, and then DedSec versus a DedSec. Yeah, I'm not even about to say yeah, no. That's a yeah. You want to have a DedSec on your team at all times. Um, yeah, that is that. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Peace.